All right, so my name is Tajiah. Usually I just go by Taj because people can't get the spelling. I don't know what goes on there, right?
This is true. Because
So
when I see your name, I was like,
Tajiah. I get a lot of that. So usually I just say Taj like the Taj Mahal and then we're straight.
right. But what is your name?
But Taja.
Tasha.
So now I really want people to call me Taja because it's like,
Yeah. Some of the things with people, when they don't know how to pronounce your name, you make them pronounce your name right.
exactly. And now that's where I am. Because then I'm like, oh, all of these people are calling me Taj, but like, we not friends.
Yeah.
So it's like, Taja.
Yeah. So,
And you can get it.
exactly.
Because I feel like people, they can say, I can't say this, the charcuterie board. So they can say Taja. You see what I'm saying? So they can say Taja, like, come on. And it's super pretty, like, it's Taja. So I'm a registered nurse. Very proud of that. Very proud of being a registered nurse. I love taking care of people. There are not many. I feel like the area is growing as far as black women in the nursing field, but we can always use more. So I'm very proud of being a nurse. Everybody knows it takes a lot of work to be a nurse. The schooling is very difficult. And right now, I really love my patients. Where I am right now, I'm trying to find my passion and just flow from my passion, and I want to help people, but in a different way. So basically, in my own life right now, I'm on a wellness journey. So me being on a wellness journey, I'm just what that means for me is I'm taking care of myself, right? I'm taking care of my mind, I'm taking care of my body, I'm taking care of my spirit. So recently, I started working out in January, and I just posted the clips of me working out just for myself. And from that, I've been inspiring people and not even like realizing it. So I feel like that's something surprising about this. Earlier, you asked me if I was a content creator. Now, that's why I was like, had some. I was like, I don't know, because I originally did not identify myself as a content creator. So, I'm in the gym. I've been trying to lose weight for a long time. I lose weight, gain it back, never maintained it. So right now I'm really just trying to learn how to take care of my body, like through a whole lifestyle change. As far as my mind as well, therapy is very important to me. I feel like maybe at this point, about 2 years ago, I was really struggling. And I felt like I was afraid to say that I needed some help. Like, before I was like kind of dibbling and dabbling with like, oh, I should go to therapy. But it wasn't until I think January of 21. I was working in Ohio as a travel nurse. I was by myself. And like, I would cry every single day, right? And I'm somebody that struggles, but I struggle by myself. I don't really let people in. I don't tell them like what's going on. I'm like the strong friend, right? Because I don't know, I get embarrassed. So I don't do that anymore though. Shout out to my friends. But I was like embarrassed to say that I needed some help. And then I was at work one day and I'm like, I think my patient, like he had a broken leg. And it was like, obviously he went to the hospital because he needed help. So I was like, I need help. Why wouldn't I go get help? So I signed up for therapy, and it has been the best thing that has happened to my entire life. It has saved the trajectory of my entire life. I really think everybody should go to therapy because there are just so many like underlying traumas that we don't know about that you just carry in your spirit and you don't know. So I had a lot of that going on, just like low self-esteem, as evidenced by the people that I was talking to, having situationships with, just really wanting partnership, wanting somebody to love me because I didn't vibe with myself. I didn't love myself. You know what I mean? So after I decided that, I needed to go to therapy. So I've been actively working on therapy for, like I said, so it'll be almost 3 years that I've been going. But really what changed my entire mindset, I would do the work in therapy, but not really. Right? I would always tell my friends, girl, I'm working on myself. And now that I think back, I have no idea what I was doing because it's like, I don't know. So I would say last summer, I was really at a low point in my life. I felt like I'm somebody that goes above and beyond for other people. And I felt like my energy was at a place of like, kind of like bankruptcy, right? I had nothing to give. Then I was upset with other people because I had gave them something that's like not tangible, my time, my energy. And I'm like, I need that back for myself and I have nothing. So like people don't even know, like I'm upset with you and just carrying this in my spirit. So then I was telling my friend, my very good friend Tony, I was like, something has to change for me. Something has to change for me. I was just like, I have to commit to myself in a different way. I was like, I don't know what that looks like. But if you see me being quiet for a little bit or I'm not so engaged in like just the stuff that I used to be in, like that's what I'm doing. So I didn't even really know what that meant, but I just knew that I changed my mind about how I was going to take care of myself. So that, like, last summer was just like, ugh. And people wouldn't even know because also I'm somebody that, you see, I always have a smile on my face. I do a lot of hiding. She actually told me that the other day that, like, I can't hide anymore. I do a lot of hiding my story. Like I said, I have a nice smile, period. So I hide behind it so people have no idea that I struggle with the things that I struggle with because, I'm hiding. So now I'm at a point where it's like, I can't hide anymore. And one thing about me also, like once I wrap my hand around the idea, then I'm like, then I can really accept it and step into it. So now that's why I'm here, because I can't hide anymore. You know what I mean? I'm getting people, in my DMs, you're really inspiring me. And I'm just being myself. So I think that's what feels so crazy too, because it's like, bro, I'm literally just showing up as myself. And like people are like, you're a light, you're this, you're that. And sometimes I had to realize too, I was talking to my grandmama and she was like, I've always seen you, but I didn't see myself. Right? So it's one thing when other people see you, but if I don't see myself, I can't show up as that girl. So that's another thing too. Like just me connecting all of these dots to go full circle. That's what's really bringing the wellness portion like in for me. And I always felt like people didn't choose me. I'm talking about like relationship wise, right? People never chose me. But now I'm to the point where it's like, I choose myself, so whatever it's going to be, it's going to be. Because now, I'm that girl, and it's no question. Having on a period, first of all, period is a complete sentence.
It is.
Okay, exclamation point, period. So I'm choosing myself, and for me, that looks like a lot of things. That looks like when I wake up in the morning, I get dressed. I really didn't used to get dressed because I didn't feel confident about the body that I was in. Like I said, I've been trying to lose weight for a long time. And I feel like it weighed heavy on my spirit because then I didn't feel pretty. Like I obviously see my face and I know that I'm a pretty girl, but it's like when you don't feel it, you can't carry it like that. So now it's like I'm going out into the world and I'm representing myself. So I'm dressing how I feel. Everybody else can, dress how they feel. But when I walk in here, this is what I feel like. So this is the energy that I'm going to give off. You know what I mean? Still staying consistent with therapy. That's another thing. I have to stick to the things that, are helping me. And I'm somebody that I always like to overachieve. I learned, too, that that's a trauma response, right? So I am an overachiever, and, I am that girl. We're going to set the standard, and we're going to get to all of our goals. But right now, I'm also learning how to rest and reset. So that's what I tell my friends, too. Black women, we never rest, right? We never rejuvenate ourselves. She's looking at you, girl.
I know, and I'm a
Oh, okay, yeah. So she coming for you. And I feel that in my spirit. So that's why another thing, I just want to tell black women, we doing a good job. We've been doing a good job. We carrying the nation, baby. You understand? We're going to continue to do this, but what does it look like when you rest? What does that look like for you? So I start imagining the life that I want. You know what I mean? I like to travel. For me, me and my sister, we like to travel. That's our thing. But I learned that the world is so big, so much bigger than Philadelphia. It's so much bigger than just the United States. So when you go to these other places, you're learning about their culture, you're experiencing their culture, and you're just taking it in. And it also just gives me a sense of gratitude. I'm so full. I'm really just happy. It's not even cry, but I'm very happy. I haven't felt like myself in a very long time. And I feel like I've really been doing a lot of work. Ooh, it's not even like I have makeup on or anything. But I really feel like I'm really finally doing the work to get here. And it feels like, I finally arrived home. You know what it's like when you walk in your door and you just feel so comfortable and you feel safe. So that's why I feel like I'm able to show up now in a different light because, like, Tajiah's here. Like, I'm just here. Thank you. So right now I'm really just trying to follow my passion and just be myself. And I just feel like you have to be delusional about the places that you can go because I have no idea where this can take me. But I just feel like I'm crazy enough to believe that there's something bigger for me. There's a higher purpose that is like, I'm going to get there. All I have to do is keep doing the work and keep being myself and keep showing up. And like I said, I'm really taken back by the amount of like inspiration that I'm giving to other people just by showing up. So then that leads me to do something like, I really want to do more just like build a community of women that have a safe space. Because like I said, I handle things a lot by myself. But I also know that there are a group of women who probably are going through the same things that I'm going through. And what would that look like if we came together and healed ourselves and had a good time? You know what I mean? Because I feel like we do a lot of brunching, and which is fine because I'm a brunch girl. You know what I mean? We go to the club and all of that, but what are we doing to take care of ourselves? What are we doing to push ourselves forward? You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out, what that would look like, but I also have to like take the doubt out of my mind because I'm like, are people going to show up? All of that. But I feel like God gives me amazing ideas, and then I just get stuck in myself, and I don't like press the gas on it. So I make a lot of commitments to myself. This season right now is all about me, right? Okay. So I make a commitment to myself that if God gave it to me, then I have to run with it, right? He's not going to give me an idea that doesn't make sense, and he's not going to give me the resources to make it, you know what I mean, to make it go. So I'm going to think a little bit more about that and what that would look like, but I'm definitely going to push forward with that. And I just want to, just keep showing people my life, what it looks like to be a Black woman who has gone through a lot, right? Who has worked hard in school, who has gone after her dreams, after her career, and what it looks like to thrive. We do like strugglehood, right? Black women, or a lot of us, Black men too. We live in struggle. We have no idea what it looks like to thrive, right? And so that's what I want to show people. Like, it's a whole nother world that it looks like this. It looks like you waking up and doing what you want to do. You having the finances to do what you want to do. You showing up as your best self. But also people need to see that, because sometimes they don't know. They don't know necessarily what it looks like. So when I do travel, that's why I'm posting pictures or whatever and all of that, so you can see like, this is, you know what I mean? This is what it looks like to thrive. You understand what I'm saying? This is what it looks like to overcome. This is strength, right? This is what it looks like to work on you for real. This is what it looks like to love yourself. This is it. This is what success looks like, right? You own your success. But people, they need to hear that. Girl, you're doing a good job. That's what I like to tell my friends. That's what I want people to get. You're doing a good job. Rest if you need to, but push forward and live your life. We only have one life to live. And it can be so full. That's my prayer. That's always my prayer to God. I want to live a life that's so full and fulfilled that it's like when I wake up, I'm just happy. Like, because that's where I'm at now. Like, I'm very fulfilled, but I do want to do more of this as far as nursing. I do bedside nursing, but I just want to do more of this with Black women. Another thing, I'm in NP school. I'm writing all of these papers about Black women. Cardiovascular disease takes us out. Number one killer for Black women. We do not take care of ourselves, right? And the number one thing is stress. I read that there is like a multi-layer of like the strategy that would have to be put in place to help us because of the different layers of stress that we have. We carry it from generation to generation. Your grandmom has given it to you because we carry the family on our shoulder. You know what I mean? Not saying that, Black men don't have their struggle, but when they go low or do their thing, we still step in. You know what I mean? We keep this going. And that stress, like I said, is passed down through generations. So you don't even know that you're feeling it, right? So people really don't even know how to take care of themselves, because I also used to think that taking care of myself was I'm going to blow a bag at Target, right? I'm actually not helping myself by blowing the bag, right? But I'm also not refilling or charging my spirit. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if self-care is the right word. I think it needs to be a little bit more specific when we speak about what self-care is, because it also is individualized to other people. So yeah, but that's also my passion, because like I'm trying to get healthy for myself. I want other people to get healthy too, because it also speaks about, we don't have a lot of black doctors or a lot of black MPs in these fields to even like advocate for us. So sometimes, the symptoms of like having a heart attack and stress is the same thing, like fatigue. But black women do not recognize that, because we're always tired, right? We always carry these things. So it's like, that's why we have a heart attack. That's why we have all these things running in our family, because of things like that. So it's like, I also feel like the solution starts with us, right? So if I can go to the gym after a 12-hour shift, baby, I'm bending over backwards for myself, okay? I got to unbig this back. Summer is here, so it's not going to be unbig by summer. We're going to keep working on it, basically. But we have to keep going. You know what I mean? Even if we do have diabetes or hypertension, how can we take care of ourselves better? We always like to eat, right? Because this is how we celebrate. This is how black people celebrate. We go out to brunch, we have cookouts and all of that. And we have to find other things to do to just take care of ourselves. So I just feel like, from a health standpoint too, I'm here to advocate for us, but to also say that it starts with us. Because everybody else knows, like, oh, they have so many like multi-layer stress issues, but we know firsthand what it feels like. So again, this is why the community is so important as well, because we need to support each other, because we personally know what we're going through. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, we can't eat fried chicken every day, maybe every other. Let's start there. You know what I mean? Minimal changes, but it's all going to add up to something big. So, this is my dreams and stuff. You know what I mean?
Wow. That was powerful. That was very powerful. I was sitting here smiling because I can relate to everything that you're saying. We can relate to everything that you're saying. And I really am happy that you choose my platform to come on here and tell your story, because a lot of black women can relate to how you feel. And it's up to us to put ourselves out there so other women can step up as well. So I love that for you. I love that. So whatever it is that you're doing, I'll be here.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We have to gather. We really have to gather and support each other. I feel like also Philly gets a bad rep as like, we have like women empowerment, but it's not really empowerment. It's just like, take your money, I'm gonna show you how to make $1,000, and like you're gonna be the boss. But it's like, we can also counter the narrative. Like, let's be for real about it. Like, we have the power to change. So I think everybody has to take ownership. That's what I'm saying. You have to have commitment to yourself, and you got to really know that you have the power to speak over your life, and you have the power to empower somebody else. So it's like, I'm coming here, you bring your friend, because once we get in the room, it's so many ideas and so many vibes that can flow. So that's another thing. I feel like my prayer used to always be like, God, please get me in the room, because I feel like I'm shy. And sometimes I would get in the room and be like, oh, I don't know, like networking and stuff, right? But I feel like my prayer now is like, God, help me make the room, right? Because black girls is dope. Like, we just are, and you just never know how somebody else can impact you or inspire you or connect you to something else further down the line. So I just feel like if we build the community, like, who's gonna stop us?